Hey guys, it's Anthony. Last weekend I competed at the RSL at the Armory event with my 1 pound vertical spinner entity. Since its last event, I made literally no changes, and I ended up bringing the exact robot that fought at the Minnesota Club event to this event. So there is no upgrade overview needed, and we're just going to hop straight into the fights. My first fight of the day was against a bot called Robot A. It's a four-wheel drive TPU brick that is designed to just outlast all of its opponents. This fight gave me major flashbacks to when I fought Casey's prototype bot at the club meeting, and I was really expecting this fight to go kind of similarly in that I would just punt them around until I got stuck in them enough times that the match would get called.
All right, I got thumbs up, so we're going to get this started in 3, 2, 1, go! Entity spins up its weapon. Oh, immediately sends Robot A across the arena. Robot A, unfazed with all of its armor, into the ceiling it goes. This is going to be a real test of endurance for both of these bots, as it's going to be the durability of the weapon versus the durability of the bot. Sending it up into the skylights again. Robot A not backing down, doing its best to show aggression in the form of being thrown like a frisbee. Entity continuing to hunt its prey, trying to find it there. Both these bots continuing to jockey for position. It appears that Robot A may be getting tired of just being thrown, is looking to try and get onto the sides of entities to move it around. We're starting to see the armor on Robot A chip. Oh no! There is quite the hit. Once we have a thumbs up from the competitors, we got a thumbs up, so we'll resume in 3, 2, 1, go! All right, Robot A wants to get in there and prevent Entity from spinning up. Entity just wants to keep throwing Robot A around because it's fun for everybody to watch. All right, looks like Robot A may have taken one too many hits. Oh, once again. All right, looks like we're ready, so we'll resume in 3, 2, 1, go! All right, the pit will open at the 20-second mark. Entity looking a little bit more strategic with its hits now, trying to make sure it doesn't get stuck in the same spot. 25 seconds remaining on the clock. Pit almost open. Once again, it looks like may have gotten stuck, but at this point, Entity still has some traction. All right, looks like they're not going to unstick it this time. I'm going to see if gravity can help him out. And I'm not sure what that counts at. We're going to count that as a pit out. All right, so Entity gets the knockout via the pit. Definitely an interesting fight there.
So that was a very strange fight. Entity ended up getting stuck in Robot A multiple times, and it ended up happening throughout the day. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but it just happens. I was really impressed with Robot A's durability and the amount of crazy hits they were able to take. They probably got roofed by Entity close to 10 times, and they just kept on going, so it was really impressive that it was that durable. My next fight of the day was against a four-wheel drive control bot called Ardvark. My strategy going against Ardvark was to try and get around to the sides. I knew that if I went head-on-head with the forks, I would probably just kind of bounce off of them and they would be able to get under me, so my goal was to hit the sides.
Thumbs up, so this battle will start in 3, 2, 1, go! Ardvark comes out. It's looking to be shoving Entity around, wants to get on the side. Entity, with that vertical spinner, wants to get a good grip on the side of Ardvark if it can, but would probably take any hit. Oh, these bots launching each other across the arena. Looks like both of them got inverted by that hit. Ardvark, that doesn't seem to bother them too much. Entity uses the wall to self-right itself. Once again, Ardvark looking to control the arena if possible. Entity, oh, getting some good hits on those metal forks on the front. Oh, some good sparks, some good launches, but Ardvark just keeps coming. That little bot is near indestructible. Both these bots not afraid to hit each other. All right, they're continuing to go. It looks like Ardvark's inverted again, but not a big deal. Entity into the corner, inverts itself, bounces around from its weapon, eventually gets back going. Oh, some more hits. It looks like that front weapon of Entity giving Ardvark a little bit of trouble. Definitely a very sturdy bot, ability to push the other one, but it needs to get onto the sides. Some strategic movement there. Oh, gets around behind Entity. Good job there. Entity and Ardvark kind of lock horns there in the corner there for a second and spin around. Another pop there, though, from Entity. 40 seconds remaining on the clock. All right, these bots continuing to square off, get some hits in, some sparks flying from that vertical spinner going up against those metal armor on the front of Ardvark. 30 seconds remaining. That pit is almost open as these bots are fighting dangerously close to that area. Right into the camera. All right, Ardvark pushed into the corner by Entity. The pit opens in the opposite corner. Entity hoping to get a knockout if it can. Gets around behind Ardvark. Oh, Ardvark has an opportunity there. Almost got the push. 9 seconds remaining. All right, both these bots doing a good job, jockeying for position, wants to impress the judges, and that's time. Time in the round. Both these bots did an excellent job. This one will go to the judges' decision. Good job, both drivers.
So that fight was going very well for Entity up until in the last 15 seconds, the belt for the weapon just kind of detached, which I could never really figure out why. It never ended up happening later in the day, and it almost cost me the judge's decision because it counted as so much damage against me. But luckily I was able to win the judge's decision. Once again, Ardvark was another very durable bot. They took next to no visible damage to their bot, despite all of those massive hits. My next opponent of the day was a two-wheel drive drum robot called Blackout. Going against Blackout, I think that my best strategy would be to try and go for the wheels once again. I think that if I went head on head with them, I would just kind of slip off of the drum because it's aluminum and steel teeth, and I was worried that my Drisk would not be able to get good purchase on that metal drum.
Right, everybody is ready in 3, 2, 1, go! Blackout with that big drum, while Entity with that vertical spinner. They are going in for that initial attack. All right, Blackout's trying to get under Entity and let that drum keep rolling, but Entity flips Blackout, and Blackout is now on its back, but it's okay. It still can deal some damage with that drum. Ooh, but there you go. Entity has locked into Blackout, flipping him again in the air. All right, so we got that big vertical spinner. They're locked in, tangled into the wheels. Blackout is trying to deal some damage, pushing Entity around, spinning them back into the wall. And you can hear how much damage these weapons can really do. Entity is flying around, trying to get re-inverted, and they're back on their feet, and they're just flipping Blackout around with that spinner. All bots around, but it looks like we've lost a wheel. Looks like we've lost a chunk of Blackout's wheel, taking some big damage there, and Entity is looking to roll back in, try to maneuver. Blackout is clearly struggling a little bit on that control, and so we'll see if Entity can take advantage and continue to deal some more damage. You can see that drum is no longer moving on Blackout, so he's just trying to crab walk his way around and see what he can do. All right, so Entity's just continuing to find those right moments to swing into Blackout and take some damage, get that vertical spinner, being careful not to take too much damage themselves, pushing Blackout into the wall, trying to get him pinned into that corner and just unleash a ton of damage, getting Blackout into the air, and Blackout is really struggling with only one wheel. And it looks like, boom, there goes the pit, but I don't know if it's going to be needed in this situation because Entity has a lot of control on Blackout, just flipping him into the air like a rag doll. Blackout might be blacked out themselves, and Entity is looking to just take more damage down to the final second. There we go. We are at time. This one will go to a judge's decision. We will see what...
That fight started out very back and forward, but Entity was able to win the judge's decision. Entity ended up getting a very interesting hit on the weapon motor of Blackout, which kind of carved away the base of the motor and completely disabled their weapon. It also managed to tear off a wheel and overall did some very good damage. My next fight of the day was against a two-wheel drive vertical spinner called Belladonna. At this point, both bots were 3-0 and fighting for a top seeding in the finals bracket, so I was really hoping to win this fight.
Thumbs up, that means we're going to start in 3, 2, 1, go! Both bots coming out. Ooh, an immediate pop, sending Belladonna onto its backside. Entity chasing it around. Belladonna still keeping its armor facing the correct direction, even though it's inverted. Oh! Belladonna gets stuck up on the wall. That's going to be tough to get out of there. Oh, Entity saying that's not how this fight ends. Gives it a good pop and sticks the coin on its edge again. I'm not sure if Belladonna has the ability to self-right from this position. Oh, giving it a chance. Unfortunately, Belladonna is too good at balancing on its edge. Another pop. All right, there we go. Its wheels are back on the ground. Entity giving Belladonna a fighting chance here. It looks like Entity has Belladonna a little bit corralled, still inverted, but its wheels are on the ground at least, so it can at least move. Its weapon appears to still be functional. It's hard to tell. Might not be. Entity doing its best to give Belladonna back onto its front side for another chance, but unfortunately, it just does not want to flip back over. All right, and it looks like that is a knockout.
So that was a pretty quick fight for Entity. Belladonna ended up getting hit once or twice and then flipping over on their head, and in one of those later exchanges, their weapon just kind of died. I kept trying to hit them to see if I could get them on their wheels and see if we could keep the fight going, but sadly the top plate ended up peeling off and some of their electronics came out, so the driver of Belladonna called it. This next fight was the first fight of the finals bracket. Entity ended up getting the second seed, and my first opponent would be Robot A once again. They ended up using a slightly stiffer chassis with a different kind of TPU, but I was expecting the fight to go very similarly to how it went the first time, which is that I would punt them around a few times until we got stuck together so much that the fight is just called.
The thumbs up, that means this fight's gonna start in 3, 2, 1, go! Both bots coming out of. Robot A wants to use its armor to try and do some damage and control against Entity. Entity getting a good slam against Robot A. Looks like it may have gotten wet. All right, I got the thumbs up, so this will resume in 3, 2, 1, go! Oh, there's a good pop. Robot A going up into the sky. Oh, no! Robot A slams down. Got a used body slam on Entity there. And all right, thumbs up, so we will resume in 3, 2, 1, go! Robot A immediately going for a pin on Entity. Hoping you can hold the pin for up to 10 seconds. Entity letting it, getting free there, manages to self-right itself by using its weapon against the floor, sending Robot A back into the sky. Robot A is showing a lot of durability. Entity would really like to get a good hit that somehow disables Robot A without getting itself stuck. 1 minute left in the match. Once again, stuck together. I believe that this is
So due to the amount of entanglements, the match was called early and sent to the judges. Entity ended up winning the judges' decision and got to move on to the semifinals of the finals bracket. My next fight of the day was against Antmine, which is a two-wheel drive control bot. I had fought the builder's other bot earlier in the day and did pretty well against it, so I was really hoping for a similar performance against Antmine. However, Antmine has a lot more metal kind of forks and grab points on it, so I wasn't confident that I'd be able to do as much damage to Antmine. It also has a lot more pushing power, so there's that to be worried about as well.
This fight will start in 3, 2, 1, go! Antmine comes out, immediately gets underneath Entity. Wants to push it around. Entity's hoping to use its strong vertical spinner to launch them up in the air. All right. All right, both bots are ready, so resume in 3, 2, 1, go! Both bots coming back out. Entity trying to get another good hit. Would really like to launch Antmine without getting stuck, if possible. Antmine wants to get along the sides of Entity if possible and hopefully get a good control. It looks like Entity has Antmine up against the wall, showing some sportsmanship, would like the fight to continue if possible. Oh, another hit right in front of the camera. Oh, there we go, another good hit. It looks like Entity keeps eating these other bots. All right, resume in 3, 2, 1, go! Both bots come back out of the corner. Looks like Entity had inverted itself with that last hit. Oh, sends itself into the wall. Also righted the bot, so that's good. Antmine trying to get a good push going. Those metal wedges on the front giving it a lot of armor against Entity's flipper. Entity continuing to pop Antmine up. Trying to control the bot, or corral it into the corner. Entity seemed, oh, there it goes. Took a second, got stuck for a moment, and then inverted itself. Once again, using the wall to uninvert itself. Antmine, no fear shown, continuing to drive over and attempting to control Entity. Knowing that it has to show aggression and control in order to win this fight. Doing a good job of doing both. Once again, corral back into the corner. 30 seconds remaining. That pit will be opening soon. Looks like both bots are a little hesitant to get too big of a hit, especially with the pit opening. The pit is open. Just a little bit of time left to impress the judges or attempt to get a knockout. Antmine getting a good push on the backside, but may have gotten slowed down by the wall. 10 seconds remain. Both bots in the middle of the arena. This could be anybody's game. Oh, it's getting so close to the pit. 3, 2, 1. All right, that's the fight. Good job, both competitors. This one will go to the judges.
Entity ended up winning the judge's decision after putting on an overall pretty good showing. However, towards the end of the fight, I ended up losing half of my drive, but in a kind of weird way. I could turn left and right, but I could not go forward or back. So this was something that I had to fix in the pits. This next fight of the day was the Antweight finals for the whole event, so I knew that I had to try and get the bot working for the fight. My opponent was Klonoa, which is a two-wheel drive control bot that can use either a wedge or kind of like wedgelet type forks. I tried my hardest to get the issues fixed in the pits, however, I just could not figure out what was going on with the bot.
In 3, 2, 1, go! Entity in the red side, bouncing off the wall there a little bit. Klonoa pushing it around. Entity's definitely still got its weapon up and running. Klonoa looking to corral Entity into the corner. Oh, a big push, sending splinters up into the sky. You can hear Entity's weapon whirring. Klonoa's doing a good job of keeping away from that dangerous weapon. Entity trying to keep its weapon pointed towards Klonoa. Gets a good pop there, sending Klonoa back. Oh, another good pop there. It looks like it's doing some damage to that armor. It's going to make it harder for Klonoa to get underneath Entity. Entity doing its best to keep itself pointed towards the other bot. Backing back into the corner. Almost like Entity is trying to back away slowly. Oh, Klonoa gets another pop as it goes in to try and shove Entity. Entity doing a good job of being defensive. Klonoa definitely doing a good job of giving chase and being aggressive even if it's getting hit. 45 seconds left in the fight. The pit does open at the 20-second mark. Oh, into the wall. You can hear that grind away on the 2x4 back there with the metal guard. 30 seconds remaining in the fight. Almost time for the pit to open. Entity not in a good spot, but Klonoa doesn't want to be there too. The pit is opening. The pit, there it goes. That's going to be a knockout. Klonoa is your winner.
So a very unfortunate loss considering that my electronics just went down and I could not figure out what was going on with them. Despite the electronics going down, I still managed to do some pretty solid damage to Klonoa, but none of it was severe enough where I could have disabled them and managed to win the fight. So overall, Entity had a performance to be very happy about. There are a couple things that I wish to improve for the future event, and of course I'm going to have to switch out that drive ESC to get the drive working again. Or at least the drive ESC is what I think is broken. I don't know, it was a really strange issue. Either way, very happy with the overall performance of Entity. I think it's proving to be a very scary bot. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and as always, have a good one.